another session of relationship Q&A. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are. Thank you so much for coming. Elias Matters, thank you so much for stopping by. So today, I hope you're well. How are you? How was your week? I should ask that first before I start anything at all. I hope your week is going all right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. So today we're just going to be talking about, should a woman depend on a spouse for her livelihood? And of course, it's going to be an interactive session, so it's not just me talking again, but I'll do my best to kind of to go on. Okay, and the reason I decided to do this topic obviously was because I saw a video on YouTube, on social media that's been going on, because I like to talk about videos. But I don't just want to talk about the stories in the video, but I want to talk about what we've learned or what we can learn from the stories that we see on the internet. So at this point, I'll just say, if this is your first time of coming to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please do well to to subscribe, smash the like button, and of course share the video if you can. Okay, and of course you're always welcome. Ogonwadi, thank you so much for coming. Okay, well, thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. So if you have any stories you think you would like us to talk about, if you think of anything that you've seen that you'd like us to talk about, if there's a lesson that you've learned from the story or so, and you want us to talk about it, then please send them to me you can send them to me on Instagram, on Facebook at Everyday Matters One, or you can send me an email at everydaymatters and at gmail.com. Okay, so everydaymatterstoday at gmail.com. Can I remember my email address? Never mind. Email, WhatsApp, Instagram, or Facebook, and you can send me a message at Everyday Matters. Okay, but thank you very much. Elias Matters, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I hope you're well as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so like I said before, I see the stories and I want to kind of talk to us about what we've learned from these stories, and that's why I come back. I'm doing very well, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm fine. Okay, so last week we talked about the story of Cora, and what we talked about was the fact that she brought her relationship issues onto social media, and it's now become a public opinion, and everybody's talking about that. And what we learned from that story is the fact that if you give if you bring your relationship issues, your marriage issues to social media, you give everyone the right to talk about you. The people that are not supposed to talk about you will come in and start giving you advice that they won't even take for themselves. So you've given them the opening, so to say, to talk about your relationship. So what was said last week was the fact that no, do not bring your relationship to social media or even to third parties. Okay, try and resolve your issues as much as possible within yourself. And if you cannot resolve it with yourself, in that case, if you think that bringing it before third party will resolve your issue, then you can do that. Okay, if the resolving of that issue will depend on a third party, or if a third party does not get involved, that means the relationship will come to an end. And yes, you can go to a third party. And when we go to third parties, we need to be careful also who we go to. Okay, so we want to go to people that are professionals. Okay, maybe so counselors, or maybe people that are married, that have gone ahead of you, people that you both trust. Okay, so those are the people that you want to go to when it comes to your relationship issues, when there's a third party that needs to be involved in your relationship. Not just anyone, definitely not social media. Okay, so today we're just going to be talking about another story. So it's about, I saw the story, Victoria, thank you so much for coming. Good to see you. So I saw the story, I think it was 2 weeks ago, about a lady that came onto a show. I think it was a guy called Don Osage's show. And she said her husband brought her to sent her to Nigeria, deported her to Nigeria about 13 years ago. Okay, and she has from Spain, she has Spanish documents, and the guy took her documents, and she was pregnant when she arrived with a young child in her that she came with, and the guy took their documents back to Spain. So she came to the show and she was crying that she needed help. She wanted her husband to come back to her. Okay, so even though I felt for her, because obviously I'm a woman and I'm a human being as well, I felt sorry for her, like, oh, why would a man do this? Okay, but one thing that crossed my mind is that this has been 13 years. So 13 years that you've been in Nigeria without this man. What have you been doing? Have you just been sitting down waiting for the man to come and rescue you? Okay, so that's my thoughts. And today, I don't know if anyone has seen the story or if it's just me. If you haven't heard the story, then that's fine. And today I was like, okay, let me just go and see if there's been any update on the story. And apparently, the man in question is not even in Spain anymore. He's moved back to Nigeria. Somehow he's been deported back to Nigeria, but he hasn't made contact with his wife. He hasn't made contact with his family. So the woman is thinking that he's still in Spain, but the truth is he's not in Spain. He's in Nigeria. He's in somewhere. Where was he again? Somewhere in the eastern part of Nigeria. He had a provision store. He wasn't doing well himself. Okay, and this woman is in somewhere, I think in Edo State in Nigeria, waiting and praying for this man to come and take her back to Spain. But this man is actually in Nigeria, like trying to make ends meet for himself. Okay, so I don't want to, without going into the story in detail, because I don't know so much about the story. And so many things were said in that story. The man said it was the woman that made it. Yes, you've heard the story. That's perfect. Okay, so the man, when they go in contact with the man said that it was the woman that frustrated him, and then he got deported. And but the woman has another story. And today, when I was trying to get some more details, there's this lady Obodoibo TV that was talking about this story, and someone came on and said, I actually know these people. Okay, so people were beginning to think that, okay, this woman is lying, but this woman came up to say, okay, this woman is not actually lying. This man actually deported her to Nigeria and took her documents, which is, to me, it's a very mean, a very callous thing to do for a man, and to abandon your wife and children for all those many years. It's a very, very wicked thing to do. Okay, whatever the reason is, whatever his reasons are, okay, whatever happened between himself and the wife, the children should not have to pay for it, because now the children are suffering in Nigeria, and he also obviously he's suffering. Okay, but he hasn't made contact, so that's just the story itself. Okay, but the point I'm trying to bring out from this story is the fact that this woman for 13 years has been sitting down and waiting. Well, maybe not the woman. Let's not use the woman per se. I'm just going to talk about it from a different light, because I don't know exactly what the woman has been doing all those 13 years. Okay, but this is someone that has been at home, not being able to take care of herself, not being able to take care of her children for 13 years. So in my head, I'm like, does it mean if this man was not in the picture, does it mean that this woman would not survive? Does this mean that this woman is waiting for this man to be her savior? So that's just where I'm coming from. So as a woman, do we wait for someone, not even a woman, as a man, are you going to just sit down and wait for someone to come and save you when you have your two hands to work? You have your mind. Someone always said the greatest gift that God has given to us is our mind. You have your mind to think. You have your hands to work. No matter how menial that job is, no matter how little that is, or how you think, oh, this kind of job I can't do. So long as it pays your bills, okay, you should be able to do that, to take care of yourself and of your family. Okay, and I'm talking not just to the women now, I'm talking as well to the men, because there are some men out there that are waiting for someone to save them. There's some women out there that are waiting, some young girls out there that are waiting to say, okay, you know what, I'm waiting for a man to marry me and take over my responsibility. But that shouldn't be the case. So a man will not come and take over your responsibility. You as a woman, you as a girl, you need to empower yourself. You as a mother, you need to empower your girl child. You as a man, as a woman, you need to empower your boy child or your man child. I don't know what to say. You need to empower your children and make them know that they can be what they want to be, as long as they put their hands to work, as long as they put their minds to work, not waiting for someone to come and save them, to someone to come and for one sort of miracle to happen. Yes, I believe in miracle, but God has given you your mind. God has given you the brain, which is like, my husband will always say, the best gift God has given to us is our minds, our brain, the ability to think. So God has given you this ability to think. Yet you're coming to him to say, God, I need help. But he's giving you all the help that you need. He's giving you all the help that you need in a way that, okay, I've given you your mind, I've given you your hands, you go and work. And when God put Adam in the Garden of Eden, it didn't help him to till the forest or till whatever. It put him there and said, this is where I've put you. This is what you need to do. And the same goes to every man. The same goes to every woman. God has given you your brain. You have your brain. You have your hands. So it is your duty to go on and start working, make things happen for yourself. And I'm going to say at this point that all fingers are not equal. So we cannot all be the same. We cannot all have achieved the same kind of success. We cannot all be in the same place or the same environment. But whatever your hands find to do, you need to do it well. And take care of yourself, take care of your family as much as you can. Yeah, sometimes you might need help. Sometimes you might need someone to pull you up, which is understandable. But a situation whereby you're just there sitting down and crying and praying and saying you want somebody to come and deliver you, like a case of this woman. And yes, I sympathize with her. Like I said before, she's had people come to contribute for her. So many people have helped her from the Donosage side. People have contributed money for her from other angles as well. People have contributed money for her, and I hope that with this money that she has got, she can use it to start something or do something for herself. Maybe go back to Spain and start the life that she wants. Okay, so my question, like I said before, is, does it mean that if the man wasn't there, she won't survive? Does it mean that if she wasn't in Spain, does that mean that her life has come to an end? So I know that being deported is not what anyone wants or what anyone prays for. Yeah, no one wants that. No one prays for that to happen to them, because obviously you're relocating for a good purpose. You're relocating to start a new life. Okay, so it's not nice that that person is not relocated or being deported. But if that happens, does that mean that your world comes to an end? It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just an opportunity for you to start again, an opportunity for you to say, okay, you know what? So yes, it's happened. You might be down or depressed, whatever, for a time being. Once that time is over, you need to pick yourself up and say, okay, what's my next step? What do I need to do? Okay, it's the same with relationships. So if a relationship breaks, for instance, someone in a relationship that's engaged or even someone that's married, if that relationship comes to an end, it's not the end of your world. If the man that you've been depending on decides that, you know what, I'm not going to be in your life anymore, like the case of this lady that we're talking about, that shouldn't mean the end of your life. You are a woman or you are a man. In the other case, you've got your hands, you've got your mind to think. Let it not be the end of your world. Pick yourself together and say, okay, you know what do I do next? How can I make myself better? Because that's the only way that we can make progress. If we don't do that, then we become a pity. So people begin to pity us. Then our lives begin to go back. That's why people will say, oh, she used to be this or she used to be that, but see where she is now. Let it not be in the negative. Let it be in the positive, where people will say, ah, she used to be this, or this happened in her life at so and so time, but she's picked herself up and this is where she is now. Okay. And I always use myself as an example. A situation whereby I got to a stage where I was like down, 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 down. Lost every single thing I had. I was away from home. My family was not in the UK with me. I was in the UK. My family was not with me. I was on my own. I lost my house. Relationship was broken. I was broke as hell. You know, but what did I do? I did not just sit down and say, okay, you know what? That's the end of my life. I said to myself, you know what? This is not going to be me. This is not going to be my story. I didn't know what was going to happen in the next 1 year or in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. But I picked myself up one day after another, one day at a time. And this is how far I've come. I know that there's a lot of things ahead of me, a lot of things that I'm going to do, a lot of things I'm going to achieve going forward, God helping me. But if I had said, okay, because all these things happened to me at this time, therefore my world has ended, I would not be here. I wouldn't have come as far as I've come today. Okay, but I guess what I'm saying is, Don't let situation and circumstances define your life. Don't let situation and circumstances define your future. Okay, don't depend on anyone for your livelihood. So per time, say for instance, if a man or a woman loses their job for a time, or maybe something happens, business goes down, so at that time, or maybe you're looking for a job, so yes, you can depend on yourself at that time, but let them not be the source of your livelihood. No, 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 no. Let them not be the source of your livelihood. Looks like I'm the only one on the live stream today, unless everyone is listening and enjoying my conversation. But here, just say something so I know you're here, so that I'll know that maybe I'm making sense or maybe I'm not making sense. Okay, well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate everyone that's on the chat. This live stream is going to be as short as possible. Like I always say, I don't want it to be too long so that people can go back and rewatch the stream. Okay, so yes, thank you very much, Zada Calls, for coming. Thank you for being there for me. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, She Kenya TV, thank you so much for coming. Happy Sunday to you too. Yeah, listening. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm not just being biased, or I'm just talking nonsense. Yeah, you are making sense. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but if, like I said, I think I'm going to drop the link as well. If anyone wants to come up and say something, if anyone wants to come up and say something, how do I say? Post comments. Okay, so that's the link there. If anyone wants to come up and I'm trying to see if I can pin the comments, but I can't. I can't pin it on there. Let's see if I can pin it on here on my laptop. Victoria, I can see your comment there. Hold on. Message. Okay. So if anyone wants to come up, you can come up and let's hear your opinion. To be honest with you, sometimes I get sick and very angry with some women decisions. They make men too important. Without men, they can't live, or there's nothing. Me, I don't understand though. As you are making sense, I'm driving, that is why I'm not talking. That's fine. That's okay. Thank you very much. So yes, some women make men their everything. And that's the point I was talking about before. Sometimes, so even some young girls, their aim, their ambition in life is to get married to someone or take over their responsibility. Someone is at the back there. Oh, added to stream. Get married to someone. Thank you for coming up.
Hello. I don't know why it's echoing though. But how are you guys doing? Happy Sunday.
All right.
So,
have you got any other device on?
What did you say?
Have you got any other device on?
Not really. This is the only device. I'm even driving. It's only my cell phone.
Or radio or anything?
No, turn off. No, it's just my cell phone.
Okay.
I'm
not sure why.
Everybody's phone. So, anyways, talking about women relying on. Well, let's keep going because I don't know.
Yeah, just continue.
Talking about women relying on a man. It's not a bad thing in those days, I would say. But in the life we are in right now, it is a horrible thing to do. Because no matter how lovey-dovey you are with your man, your woman, anything can happen. I don't know how a woman feels like. You want to buy Probably you want to buy your sanitary pad and you're waiting for your boo, according to you guys, to come back and give you money to buy sanitary pad. Or probably you're one of those people they give money at the end of every week, and then you're hoping and waiting. How much is that money that will actually be enough for you? I really don't know. Because knowing who we are as women, we are insatiable. We want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. Our parents, our brothers, sisters, we have people we want to help. So that means if your family member calls for something, you say, oh, wait, let Peter come back. I'll get back to you. Let John come back. I'll get back to you. That's crazy, though. Gone are the days when women stay home and mind the home and be homemaker. Right now, we are homemakers, school runners, and business women. That's what we are. I
Everything.
know I cannot. I know I cannot because I know I could multitask. Everybody cannot multitask, but even if it's to work part-time, have something in your name. Even if it's 200 euro that comes in your name, it's something.
Yeah.
It is something.
Yeah.
You feel this pride in you. You know that, oh, if I want to buy, maybe there's a lipstick I want to buy or powder, I don't have to ask. I could go into my purse and pick it up, pick money, and buy what I
Buy
want to
it.
buy.
Yeah.
You know, but some people are so spoiled, and I'm gonna tell you the number one reason is laziness. Laziness. Some people became lazy even from their parents' home before going into a man's home. And then they happen to marry somebody that says, oh, don't worry, I'll care for anything. They'll be like, thank God, I wasn't even going to work.
Yeah.
But when something happens, you want to come cry that he took everything from you? Yeah, he took everything from you, really? He took what he made, what he earned.
He is in the first place.
He's the one that went to the job to get insulted by people that shouldn't even talk to him.
Yeah.
Get spoken to by anyhow person. Take orders from people that are your junior, but you got to say yes sir, yes ma to them because of position. And then you want me to give you something. Some people say, oh, I'm the one taking care of the children. I agree. You're taking care of the children, but the money to take care of them comes from me.
From him. Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody has to do 9 to 5, 7 to 3. Or you could do business. You don't have to go to work.
Yeah.
You can do business. Are you willing? That's the point. Are you determined? That's the point. Or do you just want to sit down there and lazy around? And even when you're sitting down at us, I will come to your house. Your house is filthy. And you're home.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Telling me, oh, I have met somebody that says, oh, I've been taking care of these kids. And I looked at them like, did I give birth to stones? I gave birth to children too. And I was alone. My husband was in Nigeria. I was alone. You understand? Thank God my mother came and all that so I could go to work. I went to work, went to school, did business on top of it.
Yeah.
Fell sick on top of it. Came back to life on top of it. So you really have no excuse.
So it baffles me. It baffles me like that story I was talking about. So this woman has been in Nigeria for 13 years. And in that 13 years, all she has been doing is crying. Crying for the husband to come back and take her back to Spain.
Can you imagine?
So that's the part that got me. I know that, okay, it's a sad thing that the man would do something like that to his family and abandon them. But when I'm watching the video, I'm like, 13 years is a long time for you to pick yourself up.
No, they want to go back to abroad.
Yeah.
They need to go back to abroad.
And end all of life. That's not everything about life. Life is not, your life doesn't end because you came back from Spain.
Yeah, women have to wake up. Do you know that even some men choose to stay home? Very funny. Choose to stay home for their wife to work.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to those men. Buy needle. I don't know the milk. I don't know what to say to those men. I'm sorry to say, especially Filipinos, the man will be at home and the wife is working as a nurse or physical
That's not
therapist.
fair, is it?
I don't understand. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying is, whatever you can do, you do. Even
Yeah.
if you are in Nigeria and you have this man always sending money to you monthly, use that money and do something.
Yeah. Because
Don't
it
just
might not
you
always
want
be
to wear
there.
designer, you want to carry the hair that will buy 3 plots of land. You want it on your hair. You want to do all that. I don't understand. I'm not saying you
Yeah.
shouldn't look good. I love to look good,
Yeah, of course.
but
But the
I
thing is,
don't understand
what
your
if the man
pattern.
isn't there anymore? What if that source is cut off? What
And
then
then
are we
they're
to do?
finished. They are doomed.
Yeah,
They are
exactly.
doomed for life.
Exactly.
You need to set from the beginning, you need to let the man know that I am a hardworking person. Before we
Yeah.
even start talking of lovey-dovey, we got to set
Mm.
the boundaries.
Yeah.
You have to understand that, okay, I'm a hustler. Is it
Yeah.
okay with you?
Yeah.
If it's not okay with you, maybe we shouldn't even go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe we
And
shouldn't even talk.
I think a lot of women needs to change their mindset because some people feel like it's a man's responsibility. Some
Yeah,
people
well,
feel
the
like,
world
okay, I
has
want to get
changed.
married so that the man will take care of me.
The world has changed.
Yeah.
The
So
world is no longer like that.
those women that still have that mindset need to change that narrative. They need to change that mindset. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if that is cut off from them, then there will be a big problem.
I mean, I pity some people, especially when children are involved. It breaks my heart,
Yeah.
because you just want to suffer that child.
Yeah.
The things
Definitely.
that child is used to, you're going to take it away from him or her
Yeah.
because now the sole provider is no longer there. When a man is no longer in a home, it will never be the same provision
No.
as it
No.
was when he was in the home. Because
Yeah.
remember, he's going to try to start planning to start a new life,
Definitely.
you know? So
Yeah.
we need to wake up.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody doesn't have to go to the office to work. There are jobs you can do from home. There are remote jobs. Okay, let's say you don't want anybody to be your boss. How about start something, business or something?
Yeah.
Even
And like
if
you
you
said, it
don't have
doesn't have to
business
be
like
nine
you,
to
how
five.
about you can begin to sell to people? People
Exactly.
in diaspora, they do a lot of parties and they're always looking for who will charge them low to cook for them. You can start from there. That's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That's something, but laziness will not allow a lot of us.
No.
Spirit
We
of
just want to
laziness
sit
has
down. And to
taken
be
over.
honest with you, even me, I would like that kind of life to just,
Of
let me
course,
just enjoy. But
of
no,
course.
that's not what I want. I want to have my own. Then whatever
Yeah,
I have is an addition.
exactly. Exactly. But
Someone is just saying you can start a YouTube channel, online business, etc.
thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some people
Exactly.
will be like, oh, I was talking to somebody, oh, you're brave. I say, I'm not brave, but I'm talking to my camera. Nobody's watching me. That's the point. If
Mm.
you say, oh, okay, you cannot do YouTube, you cannot talk. I said to her, there are YouTube channels that you don't show your face and that
Yeah.
you don't speak.
Yeah.
It's called cash cow.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk. You don't have to show your face. Is your hand shy too? Because I
Exactly.
don't know if
Some
your
people
hand is
just
shy.
put pictures, just put people's pictures and speak over it
That's
and do
it.
a voiceover.
That's it. You don't have to, nobody have to hear you. I have a lot of those videos in my channel. My face is not there. My voice is not there.
Yeah.
Some of them, my hand is not even there.
Exactly.
But the
It's just a
business is moving.
determination.
Because, you need time to do other things. I tell
Mm.
people, you want a business, if you know somebody that people can run it for you while you do other things you're doing, go for it.
Why not? By all means.
The major thing we are looking for is the income. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
How you get there don't matter, so long as it's not illegal.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
It's
True.
simple.
True.
It's
True.
simple.
True. Yeah.
I
We
guess.
need to change our narrative. Women out there, and even the young girls that are hoping that, okay, I'm going to get married to one rich guy. That
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
change. That needs to change. And
That used to be
I always think
before.
that God has given you a hand and you have a mind as well. Then what are you waiting for?
Even those Onitsha guys, all those all matter, we used to call them all matter. Onitsha guys that want educated wife to come sit down at home, they don't want anymore. They don't want anymore.
They want them to work now.
They no, they tell you, oh, I see all those girls carrying camera. You too, go and carry camera.
Hey God.
It's amazing.
It is
You see
amazing.
those people at home, they want to drive a big car. They want to live in a big house. Who are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to impress?
Mm.
I mean,
my major issue is when that source is not cut off.
that's a
It might not be cut off. Yeah, but peradventure, something happens and that source is cut off. How do you survive? Where would you even start from? How would you pick yourself up?
from square one.
Yeah, and let's say for instance, it's not even cut off. You as a woman, if you're able to work and do, it gives you a sense of pride, like you said before. That you want to buy something, you want to buy a lipstick for yourself, and you go into your purse and say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna pay for this by myself.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go and ask for someone that will say, you know what, not now, end of month or later.
Yeah. Or I gave you yesterday, you finished it already. What did you do with it? They will question you. Huh? No. You know, it would be nice too if you can pick up one bill in the house, even if it's the cable
Your
bill.
phone is echoing badly.
I know, I don't know from where, but I really can't
Okay
say.
before.
It started echoing again, and my kids are in the car. I don't know if their phones are on, but well, I don't see. Let me see if I turn off them. Yeah, it's the same thing still.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh. I just lost her. Oh, okay, I'm still here. Can you hear me though?
We can hear you, but it's really bad. Maybe come out and come back in again. Maybe
It's
that
funny,
will work.
I'm not even hearing the echo anymore. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm not you hearing the echo? I'm not hearing the echo.
It's really
I think
bad.
your laptop or something is not on.
I can't hear you. Can't even hear you.
I don't know. Anyway,
No.
it's all right.
Well, thank you for coming up. I really appreciate it. We'll be rounding up the stream now anyway. But thank you so much, Zadok, for coming up. So earlier I said that it's good for you to have something important. It's important to have something doing for your mental health and your independence, which is also very true. For the sake of your mental health, some people don't mind, like, okay, you know what? But for you to be sane, for someone like me, for some of us, we need to have that thing doing that. When you wake up in the morning, you know that, okay, this is what I'm doing. You want to have that routine. Otherwise, someone like me, I'll go crazy. No, that's fine, Zadok. Thank you for coming up. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we need to have that thing that we're doing to know that, okay, this is me. And I think we talked about it. I remember if it was last week or the week before, we talked about having your own, that you know that, okay, this is mine. This is what I do. This is how much I get every month or every week or once every 3 months. So you want to have that as a woman instead of having to rely on a person. So that narrative needs to change. And like Ogawandi said, Zadok's word, I keep calling her Ogo. Like she said, that narrative needs to change. In the days back where we maybe 5-10 years ago, or even maybe 3 years ago, women were comfortable, men were comfortable women were comfortable relying on their husbands or their partners, and men were uncomfortable footing the bills. Somewhere in like places in Europe, for one person to be footing the bills is not a nice thing to do, because we know that the bills come in like rain. Okay, so for one person to be in charge of the whole thing is not the best thing to do. Okay, I'll just add her in again. Talk with Richie. I didn't even know you were here. You didn't even come out.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry about the background. So,
no worries. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, so I was waiting for Mama to finish, then I can come up. Good evening, everyone. Elias Matters, Ogonwadi, um, Inspiration by Mara, everyone. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for coming. So, I this thing, someone reached out to me last week concerning issue like this. So
mm,
she was telling me that she lives here in Germany. Um, every single that she doesn't do anything. That every single thing that she gets, like money, like this money that they pay children, that
yeah,
one, she has 4 children, that once the money comes into her account, her husband just takes it straight up, as in
mm.
immediately. Her husband just takes it, and the husband will leave 200 euro for her,
And
for
the kids.
stuffs, anything she wants to buy, like children things, food, and they have to
Mm,
list out everything to make sure that those things that on the list is what she's going to get with that 200 euros. So she was asking me what to do. I look at me personally, I'm confused. I told her, yeah, oh, for me, I always say that it is very important for women to have something doing.
doing,
Very,
yeah.
very important for your mental health, for you to even support your husband, for you to be able to buy little stuff for yourself. And she said, yes, that is the reason why she's reaching out to me. And she described the man as very kind, the man is lovely. Then I asked her, what do you then want me to do? She said I should advise her. I said, why do you want me to advise you now? She said, okay, that she has brought up the issue with the man to at least allow her handle the money that comes into her account for the children. But the man was, because the man is the one that brought her to Germany.
Mm,
So from Nigeria, married her in Nigeria and brought her here. So the man just flared up and said, you want to start, it's like money have started entering your eyes. When she just made that
mm.
statement, I say, okay, okay, then I know the kind of man you are married to,
Yeah,
So some men are just like, they are just being threatened that their wife will, well, many men are not that strong to be able to handle powerful women. Okay, let me
yeah,
use the
they're
word
not
powerful
confident
women.
enough.
Yes. So they feel that once the woman now, so I think that is what is wrong. The woman in particular, she's not happy, but she doesn't
Mm,
know how to confront the man again after the last time she did years ago. So she's scared of confronting the man again and bringing
mm.
up the issue, and the man might. She doesn't want problem in her marriage, and she's just there. And she was crying. She said, my sister, I'm really not happy. I need to do something. And the man, any business idea that she brings, the man will say this one no work. Bring another one.
So,
He will say no.
why is she not
Mhm.
working? Does she not want to work?
Okay, so she work, but she just had a baby.
Mm.
And here in Germany, your baby must, like, from 3 years. Once the baby starts schooling,
Before you
before
can
you
go
can
back.
work. Yeah. So she wants to do something for herself, but anytime she brings up something like business to be doing, the man will just cancel it. you know
Mm,
Anytime she brings up something, the man will cancel it. And she was she was just crying, she was bitter. But me, I
mm.
don't know how to help. So when this conversation came up, that should a woman depend on her spouse, I know that it is wrong for women, but sometimes some women are helpless.
Yeah.
That's when I
So
remember this lady
for that
saying,
woman's case, she's at home because she's raising a child because she just had a child, and she gets, let's just assume, okay, I don't know how much she will get for her children. Let's just assume
yeah,
that she
she
gets,
said 1-4.
sorry,
She said 1-4,
1,400, and the man gives her 200.
200. Yeah.
That
And the two. Mm-hmm.
to me, that's wickedness.
Okay.
Do you understand? To me, that's wickedness because you're saying that from that 200, she needs to buy things for the kids as well, or is that just for her upkeep?
Not for help, give for the foodstuffs, African foodstuffs, supermarket foodstuffs, clothes for the kids, anything she wants to buy for herself for that month is inside that 200 euro.
So I should sat down to write down the things that she needs and told the man that this money won't be enough, or maybe I need to, or maybe not in that conversation, maybe a different time. She goes to her husband and says, okay, I need to buy this, or I need money for this, or I need money for that. So that would
So
now not
she,
be,
so
sorry?
according to her, she said that every month that the man asked her to bring the list of everything that she needs, the list of everything that she needs, and when she bring the list, the man has to cut down everything to make sure that it's that 200 euros.
Yeah. So that would be
So
their,
when at
maybe
the
their
middle of the
shopping.
month, maybe yeah, at the middle of the month, when she needs to buy something, she will ask the man, please, I want to buy this. No, the man will just tell her, now wow, you don't they like money, oh, okay, now I will look for something and give to you, and it must be that particular amount that she wants, and the thing must be that particular amount.
Yeah.
So it's just like she don't know what
It's
to do.
greedy, exactly. It's a greedy man. To me, it's not even greedy, it's controlling. So he's controlling her,
Yes.
controlling the finance in the home. So to me, what I would say to her is find something to do or go back to work as soon as possible. But when she was working before now,
She has never
working,
worked.
she has never worked.
Yes, since she came to this country, she has never worked.
Right. Okay. So she needs to look for a way to get her own independence, probably by starting something, maybe starting a job.
She
And
has never worked.
when she does that, she needs to, herself and her husband needs to, because they are adults, right? They need to sit down and say, okay, when I'm working, this is my, well, in a way, because she's the one that's working, that needs to go into her account. Because that kind of man, what I see is he would want the money to come in, he would want to be in control of the woman's money.
Yeah,
So when she
exactly.
starts working, she needs to make sure that she's controlling her money by herself. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
This thing we're talking about, child benefits, who collects it, it's caused problems for a lot of homes. A
Yeah,
lot of
it's when
homes
I
are
discussed the
broken.
topic that she reached out to me. So I just feel that in fact, many women are really not happy about it, about staying at home, about not having anything. But sometimes it's not really their fault. Sometimes it's just the men that are just wicked. The men in their
Yeah.
life that are just wicked. You
Yeah.
know, they are really,
So
really
she needs
wicked.
to, so like Zadok was said before, sometimes there are situations where you can't help it. Say for instance, someone's just had a baby. In that case, you can't go back to work, or you can't start doing, so you might not be able to start doing something unless maybe you have a side hustle somewhere.
Hmm.
So there are situations, maybe someone lost their job. In that case, you need to depend on your partner for a time being. There are times like that, but the one that we're talking about is when the person has decided that, you know what, I don't want to work, or I don't want to do anything. My whole livelihood is on this person. And we're talking about the story of a guy called Chinedu that deported his wife to Nigeria 13 years ago. And 13 years later, which is now, the woman is still crying for the man to come. The woman is still crying that she wants to go back. So she can't feed her children. She can't do this for 13 years.
Hmm.
Do you
That's
understand?
really
So
bad.
for her, the man is her source of livelihood. If the man is not there, then she can't do anything. If she doesn't go back to Spain or go back abroad, then she can't do anything. So that's kind of scenario that we're talking about. So we know that there are circumstances whereby maybe if someone is sick or someone is unwell, or maybe the business is down, or maybe the person lost their job, or something could happen. Or maybe during the pandemic, anything could happen that would say, okay, you know what? Because of this reason, I'm not able to work. Therefore, for the time being, I'll depend on my wife or on my husband. So that's a completely different scenario. And then there are some girls that go into marriage with the hope that, okay, they found a meal ticket, someone that's going to pay their bills, someone that's going to take care of them. Or some women that just feel like, okay, I'm going to be a full-time housewife, my husband take care of me, even though that's not what the man wants.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the kind of scenarios that we're talking about. So that shouldn't be. Okay, so that
Yeah.
shouldn't be. But for this woman that you're talking about, it's a very difficult situation, because when it comes to marital issues and benefits, it has
Mm-hmm.
scattered a lot of homes. She needs to apply wisdom So maybe sit her husband down, maybe after after he's giving her the 200 at a different time, sit her husband down and say, okay, see, I'm a woman. I need this, I need this, I need that. Have a proper conversation with the man, and hopefully they'll be able to come to a good conclusion.
Yeah, I told
And
her to do that, but on her own part, she's scared that if she talked to the man now, the man might just flew up and said, okay, start making problem. So I told her, okay, I believe this is the reason why the man is feeling this way, because of the way some women behave once money starts coming to their hands. So, but prove the man that you are different from those women.
yeah, yeah,
Prove him that you are different from those women. So
yeah,
I believe that she will be able to talk to her. I told her not to be scared of the man. She shouldn't
yeah,
be scared of her husband. So she should talk to her husband, but in a
yeah,
way that she know within herself that is not disrespectful.
yeah.
Talk to her husband calmly, know when to talk to
Someone is
know when
asking,
to
is the
talk
man
to him.
working?
The man, according to her, she said the man is a businessman. The man
Right.
is working. The man have properties in Nigeria. And even when she told the man that, your property is safe, I don't even gain anything from there, like maybe as your wife, just find
Mm,
something for me to be having among your properties. Let me
mm.
do something. Yeah. The man just told her, no, 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 don't go to that direction, or don't just go there.
Yeah.
So she
Maybe he
the man,
doesn't
the
want
man
her
is
to
just
be
trying to
involved in his
tie her
business.
all angle. Yeah, the
Yeah,
man is just trying to tie her all angle.
yeah,
So nothing will just come into her hand apart from that one he's giving to her.
yeah.
Mm,
But she needs to look for a way to break out of that, because if something happens
yeah,
tomorrow, she'll be stranded.
exactly what I told her.
Yeah, so she needs to
Exactly
look
what I
for a way
wanted to
to.
tell her more, but I'm not in that place. I need to control what I tell
Yeah,
such a lady. But to me, I just believe that that man is not, I don't know, he's just trying to do those things. I believe that he married her because of the kids, not because of anything else. He just married her because of the kids, and he's just trying to just tie her up, because the simplest of the job, she said she wanted to even join YouTube. She wants to become a YouTuber. The man say lie lie.
yeah.
She wants
Not everyone would allow their
yes, just for
spouse to
her
be
to
on
stay out. She
YouTube.
wants to be selling clothes. The man say lie lie. She wants to be carrying things from here to Nigeria. The man say at all.
She just needs to take her time and speak to him on a different occasion, maybe when he's calm and all of that. Zadok is saying that she's sleeping, she better wake up. And that's the truth. Richie, where have you gone? She's sleeping, she better wake up. So she needs to have a conversation with the man and tell him why she wants to work, or why she wants to do business, why she wants to do this, because she's a woman. She's a woman and she needs money for herself. She needs money to do one or two things. I don't know about the woman, but for me, I know that, just like Zadok said before, if you want to buy something for yourself, it's good for you to just be able to go to your wallet and say, okay, you know what, I'm buying this for myself. I don't need to ask anyone for money. You are independent in that way. Okay, so it's really important. So that woman needs to have the conversation with her husband. Think about when it's calm, and then they can have that conversation. Maybe even program him and say, okay, I need to talk to you when you come back from work, or something like that. So it's really important. Otherwise, she will wake up one day and it will be over for her, because if she doesn't speak up, that man will continue to control her that way, continue to control her. And as soon as she can, she needs to get a job for herself as soon as she can. If the man doesn't want her to work and to do business, then as soon as she's able to, maybe as soon as her child grows up a little bit, she needs to get a job for herself. Okay, so it's important that as women we don't just depend on a man. And I don't know, like I said, there are certain situations where you know that, okay, your network, that's fine, thank you for coming up anyway. There are certain situations whereby a woman would depend on her husband. Maybe she's had a child, maybe something's happened, she's not been able to go to work yet, maybe she's nursing a child, maybe something, or maybe she's doing a course, trying to get herself prepared for the business she wants to do, or the work that she wants to do. The same goes with the man. But let's not have it at the back of our mind that, okay, I'm going to depend on my husband, or my husband is going to be the one responsible for me. No, you want to be you want to be independent, you want to have a life for yourself. Not just because something can happen. If something happens, where would you be? But even if something doesn't happen, where is that pride that you have as a woman? Um, wanted to come up, but I can't. Okay, no problem. Zadako was obviously showing the man that she can do without him, because if not, what will give the man the guts to do what he's doing? Okay, I think for this one, I think probably because he's the one that brought her to Germany or wherever she is. He's using that as a means to control her. Like, okay, I brought you here, therefore you need to do what I do, what I'm telling you. I think we've done a video on that before, where the man says, okay, I'm the one that brought you to Europe, therefore you must do what I tell you to do. You can't work, I collect the benefits, I do everything, I'll give you what I want, like any amount I want, I'll give you. There are situations like that, and this woman is not like she's the only one. There are a lot of cases like that, whereby the man is controlling the woman because he's the one that brought her abroad, or is the one that brought her to the UK or to Europe or wherever. So there are many cases like that. But the woman just needs to be able to speak to the husband. Say, okay, you know what? This is what the situation is. I want to do something. I want to be able to get money for myself so that I don't depend on you. Now, I mean that she can't do without him. Yeah, so that I don't have to come to you every time I need money, or every time I want to buy something. I want to be able to do it myself. I don't have to come to you. Maybe that's a better way to approach the situation. I've got someone. But time is almost up. Victoria, thank you for coming. We've got very limited time, so maybe 5 minutes and this live stream will be over.
Okay. Yeah, hello
Yes.
everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, good evening everyone, and I'm happy to be here. I've had everything everyone said, and I want to add to what a talk with Richie said. As for me, that woman, I can't say marriage is something very sensitive. We need to be very careful
Absolutely.
the way we
Yeah.
address marriage issue and the way we talk between two couples,
Yeah.
because with what a talk with Richie was just saying, I now remember what happened to me before. That was, let
Mm,
me say, earlier last year. You see, like
mm,
he made a point. She talk with Richie said, anytime the woman bring out something to do, the man always kick against it.
yeah.
And if she said, your business at home, I am not even like, I am not doing anything there or to get anything, the
Mm,
man said, don't even go there. I remember my partner then, we were together, anytime I want to do something that I will benefit from, he does not help.
mm,
He will just, he will kick against it. And anytime I said, I want to do this, he will say no. I want to do business, he will say no. Okay, here in Germany, before you do anything, you have to go to school to learn the language. He will say
mm,
no. So he always kick against everything. Then I said, you have properties at home, you have land, you have a house, you are building, and all the time you always say, I have to work to earn more money to achieve more. I said, you
mm.
always say me, you don't say we. Then where
Yeah.
am I? Because me, I am the kind of person, I am straightforward to everything I do. I don't pretend. I
Yeah.
don't overlook. I always go straight to the point. Tell me your mind, I tell you my own. That is me for
Mm,
you. So I said to him, I said, then where am I? It's like I am not part of the family. He will just look at me, we just laugh. He will say, of course you are there. And I said, no, because all the time you always say, I want to achieve. You always say, I have apartment. You always say, I want to do this. You don't say we.
yeah.
So meaning you are not adding me to the family, Then I sit down, I say, no, there is no road here. I
Mm,
am not part of this man's future. Then I started monitoring him. Anytime he wants something good, he wants to do any paperwork, he wants to achieve anything, he always put me at the front because I can understand the language, speak the language more than him. And anytime he got the thing, if me too, like I am in a stress, I want to do anything, he will just overlook me. He behave
Mm.
as if I does not exist. I said, okay, now I have to buckle up my bet. Then I apply for a school. God so kind, they accept. I started going to
Mm.
school. He pick offense because he
Mm.
know anything that make me to go to school out of the one I have, there is no more unstoppable. I must get a good job.
Yeah.
Then when he found out the same course I am doing, he did the course, he failed. I did the course, I passed. He got angry. So
Mm.
I told him, I said, in Europe, before you do any work, you have to put your children first. They will ask you what time the children go to school and come back. And they believe
Yeah.
women are always with the kids, not the men.
Yeah.
So he said, no, I have to do the work he gave to me. And the job he found for me was a shifting job. I can work in the morning, afternoon, or evening, or even night. And now
Yeah.
I asked him a question. I said, Mr. Man, thank you for this job, but my question is, you are in permanent night. If I am working in the morning, where will the children be?
The
He kept
children.
quiet.
Yeah.
If I am working in the afternoon, when will the children be? He kept quiet. If I am in a night shift, the next thing he said, he was just that, why do you always be too sensitive? You claim that you know more.
Mm.
You don't want to accept anything I said. So if you did not do this work, you are good to go. I said, I don't understand. Go where? He said, anyway, I am not just here with you. He said so many nonsense. I said, okay. Anyway, I'm not surprised, because why? I have not been seeing you that both of us have future together,
Mm.
because you have proven to me in so many ways. Anything you do, you just want to achieve alone. You don't even include
Just
the
by
kids.
himself.
So I said, no, I have to stand for myself as a woman. I don't want to buy shoe, I will ask of you. I want to buy makeup, I will ask you. And you
Yeah.
don't even give. Because once you pay the house rent, bring the little you will bring, you think everything is finished. I don't do that.
Mm.
I always put my children to make them their
Right.
okay before anything. So when he found out that this woman, this one is really out of the way, he said, okay. He said so many things, insulted me. He was just trying to block everything. Then I told him, Mr. Man, I came this land before you. Don't forget, I have gone to school before you. I told
Mm.
him everything. Then I said, okay, I have a course that I want to do. Immediately he found out the course that I want to do. You know what he did?
Mm.
He went straight to the government, complained to them that he's no longer interested living with me, that he want
Mm.
to quit. And
Wow.
he said to them, before he will quit, they have to take the house that we are living together. They have to take it from me, because he will not be alive. He leave the house, me we stay there. They have to take it from me. And he did that everything to block every good thing that I have suffered for in this land.
Mm.
Then we went to the meeting with the government. They see that they asked, he even terminated the contract of the house, because he's the
Wow.
one paying the rent. Then I have not started working. So when the letter come, I took the letter. When we went to the appointment, I explained everything to them. I showed them. Now his greatest surprise was that everything he planned now turned upside down.
The backfire.
He
Yeah.
forgot that the country we live, he thought it was in Nigeria when they will say man have right in everything. He forgot that
Yeah.
in Europe it's 50
Women
50.
has the
Woman,
final say.
yes, woman, if you have your voice, say it. They will
Mm.
understand. Woman too have the voice to say what they want. Man too has the voice to say what they want. So after the deed that's done, he pick an offense. As I am talking to you now, that same work that he said I will never do, when he left, yes, I feel so bad. I feel, because
Of course.
I was not expecting it, that a man will just wake up one morning, just be a monster overnight. You
Mm.
understand? I was not expecting it. The person that I have sacrificed so many things for just
Yeah.
wake up overnight and betrayed me. I was crying. Then a thought came to me. Are you a fool? Why are you crying? You have hands, you have leg, you can walk, you have gone to school, you have certificate.
Yeah.
I said no. I have to buckle up myself. Then I applied for another school. As I am talking
Mm.
to you right now, I have been employed for one of the best work in the land. I am
That's
working
good.
now.
That's awesome.
I just start the work now. I just start the job. And this was the same job he kicked against. But I
Mm.
did not allow that thing that he did. Like, if it is some women, they'll say, oh, this man have left me. They will start
Yeah.
crying and crying and crying. Under
Yeah.
1 month, they will jump into another woman again.
Yeah.
They will jump into another man again. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the reason why I said, actually, some women don't know what they want.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you, as a woman, you have the voice to speak.
Yeah. And it's
Somebody
really
dropping you,
important that
it's like the
you
person
actually
is really
you,
denying you of everything. It's like you don't have a freedom.
yeah.
God
Yeah.
has given us that freedom. Then why will you allow your fellow human to take away
to,
that
to
freedom and
deprive
happiness
you
from
of
you?
it. And it's
Because
really good that Victory,
yeah,
I'll just stop you there. We might need to do a separate video to talk about this story that you're talking about, if you don't mind. But the point that you just made is that we need to, as a woman, know what you want. So like that
exactly,
story that Richie was talking about, if she knows what she wants, for you it's a relationship, and when it's marriage, it's different. You cannot. I guess you can't just say, okay, if you don't let me do what I want, then that's it. So it's different. So it needs to be treated differently. But first of all, know what you want and have that conversation like you did with your partner and said, okay, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And don't allow anybody, man, woman, boy, girl, to stop you from achieving your goal, to stop you from doing what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, like you said, if he decides to leave, what will become of you? Do you just give up?
exactly. Even me too. I was married. Traditionally, we were married.
Mm.
Yeah, but he did what he did. But I won't kill myself.
No, definitely not.
Exactly. It
Definitely not. And it's painful when you go through a breakup like that, especially when you've done so much, you've sacrificed so much for someone.
exactly.
But you don't stop there. That's just like an opportunity to say, okay, you
You
know what,
have to
what
move
next?
on. Let
How do I
that
pick
man to see
myself
that
up?
without him, you can do more.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll come back to this your story, Victory, if you don't mind, so that you can tell us a little bit more about it. And I believe that
Of
this.
course, I don't mind. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So this story that you're talking about is very powerful and it's going to help a lot of people. So we're going to come back and talk about it. So let's not give out the juice. Give out all the juice. If you know what I mean. Let's not give out all the juice. Let's just leave it there for now and come back, revisit the story, and then you can tell us how you managed to overcome and where you how far you've come as well. Okay.
Okay,
You're
no
very
problem.
strong. Yes, she is, and I know she's gone through a lot as well, to go through a breakup and all of that, and but we're going to come to that story. We're going to schedule a live stream for that, and we're going to talk
All
about
right,
it.
that would be nice. So, do have
Yeah.
a blessed night. Good night
Thank you
rest.
very much for
Bye,
coming up,
everyone.
Victory. Have a lovely night yourself.
Thank
Okay.
you too.
But I think we'll end the live stream here because, like I said, I don't want it to be too long. We've already done an hour. I don't want it to be too long. So we'll have to stop it here. But thank you all so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. I've forgotten I have a meeting at 6 o'clock. This is 12 minutes past 6. I need to go now, guys. Thank you all so much. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next week by God's grace. Take care now. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.